Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So here I have another inks comparison video. This is Diamine Inks comparison number 7. So I think with that, let's go and swab up some of these inks. So the first ink here is Diamine Earl Grey, and I have swabbed up this ink once before, but I want to show you in comparison with another ink. So let's swab up this ink first. So we'll do an ink swatch. This is a little bit dry. Let me try and get a little bit more. There you go. Now, I do find that grey inks can be a little bit more on the dry side. We'll do a second pass here just so you can see the difference between a wet and a dry nib. So this is Diamine, and it's Earl Grey, which is my absolute favourite grey ink. Now, I say my absolute favourite grey ink. I might be telling a little bit of a lie, because I now have a Diamine Earl Grey Gold, and this is an ink that I created myself by adding particulates. So we have gold shimmer in the bottom of the vial, so I'm going to shake it up and just loosen that. Right, so let's do a swab, and hopefully you can see there immediately this is looking to be a different colour. And I'll do a little bit more on the top here, just so you can see between a wet and a dry writing nib. So this is Diamine, and it is Earl Grey Gold, and we'll see what that turns out like. The next ink is Diamine Ho Ho Ho, which is one of the InkVent inks. So we'll do an ink swatch. And this is a lovely vibrant red, and I have to think that I might just have to try and put some gold shimmer into this at some point, because I think that would turn out beautiful. So this is Diamine, and it's InkVent, and it's Ho Ho Ho. The next ink is Diamine InkVent, and it's Polar Glow. So we'll do an ink swatch. And this is quite a saturated ink. We'll do a second pass over the top, just to see if we can see if this ink is going to sheen. And this is Diamine InkVent, and it is Polar Glow, but that already is looking quite a nice blue. The next one is Diamine InkVent, and this is Season's Greetings. So we'll do an ink swatch. And this is quite a saturated ink, and that's why it's getting a little bit dry towards the end. So we'll do a second pass to see the difference between a wet and a dry writing nib. So this is Diamine, and it's InkVent, and it's Season's Greetings. which I would say is looking a little bit more like a teal coloured ink. And then the last ink today is Diamine InkVent, and this is Happy Holidays. So we'll do an ink swatch. And again, this is another saturated ink. And that normally means it could be a sheening ink. It doesn't always mean, though, it's a sheening ink. So I'm going to do a second pass again. You can see the between a wet and a dry nib, and maybe we'll see some sheen here. So this is Diamine, and it's InkVent, and it's Happy Holidays. Okay, let's take a look at these inks in a little bit more detail. So we have Diamine Earl Grey here, and you can see the difference between a wet and a dry writing nib. You can also see a little bit of shading going around here in the pulled areas. Now, this is, or was, my most favourite grey ink, until I actually created Diamine Earl Grey Gold. And I have to say, this is a really nice coloured ink, if you like shimmer, that is. So it's very difficult to see the difference between a wet and a dry nib. But look at this shimmer. And you can see the difference between those two inks. And you can also see that shimmer there in that writing as well. So that is a really, really nice coloured ink, and I will probably have to experiment a little bit more on some of these inks, adding shimmer to them. The next ink is Diamine InkVent Ho Ho Ho, and this is an ink that I think is crying out for some gold shimmer as well. It's a really nice ink, and you can see the difference between a wet and a dry writing nib. There is again some shading around the pulled areas. There is no shimmer in this ink, and there is no sheen either, but it is a nice coloured ink. The next ink is Diamine InkVent Polar Glow, and you can see a difference between the wet and a dry writing nib, and you can also see the insane amount of sheen there, and this is quite amazing. So this is a blue ink, and it sheens red, and you'll be able to see that there in the writing sample as well. That is a really nice sheening ink. The next one is Diamine InkVent Season's Greetings, and you can see a massive difference here between a wet and a dry writing nib. Here it's a green ink, but here it's a red ink, and again the reason why is this insane amount of sheen going on. So this is a green ink that sheens red, so a little bit like the Diamine InkVent Polar Glow, which was a blue ink that sheened red. This is a green ink that sheens red. So that's quite an interesting ink. And I would almost say that that is fairly close, if not identical, to Diamine Smoke on the Water as well, which is a German exclusive. And then the last ink here is Diamine InkVent Happy Holidays. And again, you can see the difference between a wet and a dry writing nib. And again, this has an insane amount of sheen going on there. That is a huge amount of sheen. So that is, again, if you like sheening inks, that is a really, really good sheening ink. So there you have it. That's my Diamine Inks comparison number 7 video. If there are any inks here that you like, then do let me know in the comments below. And if there are any other Diamine inks you would like me to check out, then do let me know in the comments below. And likewise, if you'd like to see me add some more of this sort of shimmer particulate to other inks, and do maybe a series of ink videos there, then let me know in the comments below. So that's my Diamine Inks comparison video number 7. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.